Hey everybody, it's Paul Yokobitis from Cary Estate Planning, back with another installment of our 366 video challenge for 2020. And today I want to talk about getting the ball rolling on probate and estate administration. So I had a consultation this morning with a couple of beneficiaries of an estate that's being administered in New York. And it had only been a couple months since the death of the decedent, but they were kind of getting antsy or anxious about what the process should look like, when they should expect to receive their interest in the estate and those sort of things. And while I'm not, licensed in New York, we had a big caveat at the beginning of the meeting, basically saying, anything we talk about is, general information. But it had only been 2 months. They had brought some paperwork with them that looked like the estate was open at the beginning of January, and that their loved one had passed at the very end of November. So generally, things can take a little bit of time to get the ball rolling, and usually that's because you're sort of getting the information that you would generally need to open an estate, like a death certificate, like the original will, if there is one. There was in this case. But you're also waiting for certain things to happen, like if the estate is opened, do you know the full extent of the assets of the estate? Has the notice to creditors ran? Has the executor been given letters testamentary? So just because it's been a couple months doesn't mean that beneficiaries are starting to get distributions. In North Carolina, it's usually going to be a few months before any assets can come out of the estate, because it's usually going to take, a few weeks to a month to even get an estate filing submitted, because you're waiting for the death certificate, the drafting of the pleadings, the submission of the pleadings, and then the processing of the pleadings by the court itself. Those all have to be done in order for the letters testamentary or letters of administration to be issued. And then once those letters are issued, that allows the executor or administrator to move forward with marshaling the assets, setting up an estate checking account, running the notice to creditors, and starting to conduct the affairs of the estate. So that can take some time. There's nothing requiring an estate be opened right away either. So if you're a beneficiary of an estate, it's not necessarily a good thing to start expecting distributions right away. Even when the notice to creditors is submitted, it's going to take 90 days for that notice to expire, and for all creditor claims to be received and known. So at that point, creditors always have first priority. If they have valid claims, the assets of the estate have to be used to satisfy those claims first. And then beneficiaries get whatever's left after costs of administration are paid, after disbursements to creditors are made. Whatever's left is then distributed to the beneficiaries. So it can take some time. This is why a lot of people try to avoid probate, is because of the delays and the processes involved in administering an estate. It can just lead to delay, right? So generally, you should probably expect somewhere between 3 to 6 months before any meaningful movement happens in the estate, but surely before any assets come out to beneficiaries. If you have any questions about estate administration and probate, it can be a really complex and frustrating process, but we're happy to help. We do complimentary strategy meetings for estate administration. If you're a beneficiary or an executor named in a will, or an administrator, if there is no will, we're happy to help. You can click the link below to reach out to us and get on our calendar for a free strategy meeting, and we can see where we need to go from there. If you like our videos, go ahead and click and subscribe to our YouTube videos on our YouTube channel, and look for more videos coming up over the next few days. This is Paul Yokobitis from Cary Estate Planning.